Hello, everybody. I'm joined by my friend Eric. Say hi, Eric.
Hi.
Today we're talking about both the original and the recent remake to Lilo and Stitch. So, what did you think of both movies, of the original and the remake of Lilo and Stitch?
I mean, I love the original, and I thought the remake was pretty good, but I like the original a lot better.
No, same. I agree. I mean, the remake, while I didn't hate or love it, I thought it was all right and okay. It had its moments of like okay, and other moments of like cringy, and especially how like obviously it's a remake, they had to change things up. But I agree that the original I think is still the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially like when I was rewatching the original, I kind of like see like connections of like that I didn't catch as a kid now as an adult, like the drama between the older sister and the younger sister, how like
Oh
the
yeah.
parents are out of the picture after dying in an accident, and Nani, the older sister, has to fill in both roles of mother and father and older sister.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah,
It's really a family drama, and then there's aliens,
yeah, pretty much.
which is
Kind of like
it's a little bit like E.T. Actually, it's a lot
I
like.
would agree, yeah, that or a little bit of Alf, but at least everyone knows who Stitch is, that he is an alien.
No, I mean the fact that it's a family drama, but it's a different kind of family drama.
Yeah, true. Very true. Very true. And also, as I showed you before in a text, I met the original voice actress who played Nani, Tia Carrera.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
it was. She was very nice and friendly, but I don't remember what we talked about when I met her at the time.
No.
Yeah, that was like 12 years ago when I met her in that picture that I'm gonna post on this recording. Yeah.
Yeah. How was she?
She was nice, very friendly, she was a sweet woman to talk to.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah. Like as I was telling you in the text message, when compare the original and the remake, when Lilo was like locked Nani outside when the social worker showed up. Like Nani was like so like angry and aggressive at Lilo for making a bad impression for the social worker. In the original, she shouts, "Go to your room" with anger and frustration. But in the remake, she's like, "Go to your room."
Yeah, I didn't really notice it in the moment, but now that you mentioned that,
Well,
yeah, she.
probably because of the. I made a recent video for my intro to PTA class where I was directing an actress to be mad and angry and aggressive and frustrated
Yeah.
about. Yeah, I
I
guess
mean,
I have
it
somewhat.
was more realistic, but it was less interesting, I guess.
Yeah, true, true.
Because in real life, you're not always yelling at full blast
I
like that.
guess. Well, the funny part is, relating to Lilo's character, I have two older sisters, sort of a little bit connected. But difference is, no little aliens around.
No, I don't know.
No.
The kid, I guess her kids are kind of like little aliens.
Dude, yeah.
No,
Dude.
no. Well, it's like my nephew. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm
What's that?
kidding. Nothing. Like my nephew. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He loves Stitch, by the way. That's the reason they made this remake. Is kids really love Stitch. When I
Bro, I
went to
was
see
one of those
the
kids.
movie, there was multiple stuffed animal Stitches that people brought
Right.
with them.
Well, when I saw.
Next to my fiance, there was a kid. There was a girl with Stitch. So like, oh, she's watching Stitch with Stitch.
It's
Like a
funny.
stuffed animal.
When I saw the remake in the theater, I saw like a couple of kids with their parents, and I saw a little girl with holding a Stitch stuffed animal.
Yeah, exactly.
After when the movie was over, they're like playing the music, and the kids are like in front, like singing the Hawaiian roller coaster ride. Or
They really made Stitch look like a stuffed animal in the movie. Also,
I guess. Well,
I
I,
want
I'm
to
glad they
hold.
got. I'm glad they got the original voice actor to play Stitch, Krista
Yeah,
Sanderson, who played him in
like
both versions.
Kurt Sanders. Yeah,
Yeah, I thought to myself, it's never Stitch without Chris Sanders.
yeah. No,
Yeah, and I thought like
I
the
just watched, I just watched the Japanese anime, and it's a different guy doing the voice of Stitch, and it sounds really off.
right.
It
I've
was
only seen
English,
part.
but it was a different Stitch. But yeah,
I've only seen like parts and random like clips on YouTube of the Stitch anime series. I've never
yeah.
seen like an episode.
Well, I just watched. There was an episode where they go to Tokyo Disneyland, which is really weird. But it was
Well, I know there is a Disney in
there
Tokyo.
was. I think they just closed it, but
Oh, okay, that I do not know.
but it was funny because it's Stitch and he's like hijacking the Jungle Cruise and he's going. and he went, he crashes, and he's like, he's like, how does Tinkerbell do it, or something like that.
Right.
Mention other Disney characters.
Right, right. Well, I remember, it's funny you say, I remember as a kid when the first one original came, I remember like the advertisements, how they took Aladdin or Little Mermaid or Lion King, and they used, like, Stitch just comes out of nowhere.
And that's what I thought the movie was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like a character that like goes into other Disney movies.
No, same. I thought the same thing too as a kid.
That
Like, I
was
remember
really good
when,
advertising, though.
right, like,
It showed you the character without giving anything away of the plot.
right. Well, there's even a movie poster with Stitch in the middle and the other, like, Disney characters surrounding him. And I remember also, like, thinking that when the first time I ever first saw, like, the marketing for Lilo and Stitch, like, they're showing a clip of Aladdin, the whole new world, and Stitch comes in, and Jasmine is turned on by Stitch, and Aladdin's like, hey, get your own movie. This is not your movie.
And then they have where Beauty and the Beast were dancing, and like he crashes in,
Yes.
and like ruins it, and like what is it? Belle like storms off or something.
Yes, Belle's like, get your own movie.
And then they have the Lion King.
Yeah, the Lion King, like just when Rafiki's about to hold Stitch up to Pride Rock and the circle, like instead of holding Simba, he's holding Stitch, and someone shouts, that's not Simba. And Stitch says something, everyone storms and runs off, and Stitch is like, King Kong.
And then, did you know that there was a making of on the DVD, and it had all this fake information where they showed, oh, Stitch was an old Disney character. Here he is in Snow White. So they show the scene where the dwarves are walking over the log, and it's Stitch is underneath the log.
Right. But from what I've heard, I heard supposedly this goes back, but I don't know how true that this goes back to Walt Disney, but I don't really know how true that is. No, I didn't think so. Okay. I didn't think so.
Chris Sanders created, he came up with the idea in like the 80s or the 90s for like
okay, gotcha.
a Mars monster or something, alien. But anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, you know, the remake they had for the posters. For the remake, they had some of that. They had Stitch with like Cinderella slippers.
Okay, gotcha. I didn't notice that.
Some of the posters, they tried to copy that, but it wasn't in the trailers.
Right. You know, it's funny. I remember, like, back when the teaser trailer came out, I posted on my YouTube channel like a post about how this looks bad, but I guess people are gonna get the impression like, oh wow, I was wrong for once.
I don't think it was bad. I just think it was.
No, it wasn't bad. I just felt like it was like it had its moments like that were okay, and other moments like I didn't care. I mean, even though I like Zach Galifianakis from the Hangover films, but I didn't care for Miss Jumba that much.
No, that was the worst. That was the worst part, I think, because
they
completely changed his character and the voice. They made him more evil, but then the voice made him sound less evil, which was really
true. I didn't find him intimidating like evil. No, it didn't. No, like I know they cut out Ganto. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Ganto was cut out.
And then they made a lot of people really hated the ending, and there's like a lot of like historical baggage with Hawaii, with them treating Hawaiians like separating, or just indigenous people in general, like separating the families. So it was a little bit of a loaded ending.
Right.
I don't know if that was their intention.
I have no idea.
Nani leaves to LA.
Go to college to be a marine biologist.
Specifically, she goes to there's a college in San Diego, but it's like in Hawaii. There's tons of marine biology colleges. They're surrounded by water. It doesn't make any sense why she'd have to leave them. I
guess this college she went to was the best. I don't know. I'm not an expert on marine biology.
Apparently, the best they say is in Miami. I looked it up. It's one of the best. It's weird.
Like when they said it was funny how there's a running joke throughout the remake how they thought she wanted to be like a marine, like a soldier. No, they marine biology. I also couldn't stop thinking about Seinfeld too.
Yeah.
Remember the episode, the marine biology episode?
Oh yeah.
When Seinfeld lies to a girl that they remember from college, lying that. Oh, George Costanza's a marine biologist. He's a very good one. He's specializing in whales.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting like arc to like Nani in the remake. I go like, okay, like despite like she is raising Lilo, but like what did she want to do before her parents passed away? Before if it wasn't for her parents' death, like she probably would have gone to college and been a marine
Yeah.
biologist.
Well, in the original, she was a professional surfer because there was all these surf trophies in her room,
True, right? They don't
and
really
they
go into
kind of tied
detail.
that in a little bit because she was a surfing instructor a little bit in the
Yes,
movie. Yeah,
yeah, for a few seconds when she lost one job and then she's like trying to apply for other jobs just like in the original, but then
yeah.
Lilo and Stitch keep ruining the interviews.
Well, that was the other change I didn't like was that she didn't buy. That it was the neighbor who decided
Yeah, I
for
kind of
Lilo
felt
to
the
adopt
same
a
way
pet.
about that too.
It makes stick. It makes you side with Nani more because it's like, well, she didn't even want a pet, and now she's stuck with this pet that caused her to get fired. It's like, whoa,
Right, right, and
it's not even
they
her
still
fault.
right. Because in the original, she decided to do something nice for Lilo to adopt a dog. Then in the remake, it was the neighbor that was doing very something nice.
Yeah,
But like you
she did
said,
behind her back.
right, exactly,
It seems like she's scheming to like kidnap Lilo.
right,
She sabotaged. She sabotaged her career so that she'd have to give up Lilo.
right.
If you think of it that
Because, like
way.
I said, that's where I felt like it's like okay, this kind of saved the movie a little bit, having that balance of where they had the same drama like in the
Yeah.
original, especially how hard it is for Nani when she had to tell Lilo that she had to give her up for adoption. So that way it was, like maybe
Right.
she didn't think that she wasn't. I mean, not that Nani didn't try. Nani was trying, but it wasn't easy to do it all by herself.
Yeah, yeah, it was
Yeah.
very different than what. Oh, and then they also like they took out a lot of the subtext about like them not liking the tourists, and
Right.
really it's because Disney now has what is it, Alani? They have a resort in Hawaii now, and I think that they didn't want to make a movie that was anti-tourism to Hawaii even a little bit. So they
Right.
completely took all of that. The guy that drops the ice cream cone in the original was a tourist, and now he's a native
Yeah.
Hawaiian. They
Right.
changed
Yeah.
that.
Right. No, you're right.
It's weird.
But instead of chocolate mint ice cream, instead it was slushies or
Oh, that's what it was. But I'm
yeah,
saying they
something
made
like
him. They
that.
changed the character from being a tourist to being like a guy that lives there, and that's a
Right.
subtle change, but it kind of changes some of the subtext.
So you're saying that was a joke in the original compared to the
Well,
remake?
then they were making fun of tourists, like them being
Okay.
like just there for like I don't know the beach and the ice cream, and then they just made it like a regular guy that lives there and doesn't, and it really doesn't have the same meaning.
Right. Well, they also threw
That was
like
just one
another
change. But there's a couple other things like that, like about like I think that Lilo wants to be adopted by a tourist family. There was a whole part in the
oh yeah,
original,
right.
if you
Yeah,
remember, and that's not in this at all either. So yeah,
right. I thought it was funny when Lilo's trying to Stitch being good, like doing a good deed. He gives back the car toy that he stole. It was all broken.
oh, yeah,
I like how like in both versions, like Stitch like learns the meaning of like family throughout the movie. Like even
yeah,
despite he's a bad alien, but
yeah.
once he learns that meaning, he realizes how important family is.
It's broken, but it's so good.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Which is the same line.
That's so good.
Yeah,
Right.
but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's nice how like in both versions the that head alien councilwoman gives Stitch away, realizing that
Oh yeah,
Stitch had found a home and a family.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But they
Yeah.
really dragged that part out. It feels like it was like 10 times longer. Like
Right. And it was also
I
like
already know what's gonna happen.
right,
And then they
true.
make me think
Well,
that Stitch died. I'm like, I know they're not gonna kill Stitch.
I
Then
felt like
all the kids are gonna be crying whenever they look at their stuffed animals. They're not gonna
that
do
felt like a reference to Stitch has a glitch for the second direct to Lilo and Stitch
Oh
movie
yeah,
they made back in
oh yeah.
the
They're gonna
two
turn Stitch.
thousands.
I'm gonna turn Stitch into.
Yeah, like
They
seeing
said
the way like
67.
seeing the way Nani saved Lilo in the remake, I'm thinking, how the heck did she? In real life, she would have drowned, but she had some. She must have. I don't know.
Well,
I'm
she's a
over.
trained. She used to be a professional surfer, even though surfers don't go underwater. But I guess she
Right.
wanted to be a marine biologist, but don't have to breathe underwater to be a marine biologist. You would
Yeah,
have
I don't know. I'm
to swim
overthinking
out.
this.
I don't know. Whatever. I mean,
Right,
it's not unrealistic. People
right.
can breathe. There's some people who can like hold their breath for like 2-3 minutes.
I couldn't.
No, not you. But I'm saying there are
No,
people.
because in real life I'd
And
be drowning trying to save Stitch's
I'm
life.
pretty sure there are people that can do that.
Well, remember the movie Ice Age? The woman couldn't hold her breath that long underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That always in movies when people like have their eyes open when they're underwater, I'm always like, how do you see? How do you do that without your eyes like all the stuff like going into your eyes?
I don't know because I've tried to like open my eyes underwater.
I
I
know
can't open my
swimming
eyes
with cold
underwater.
chlorine, but like in a regular body of water, that seems hard.
Right. I don't know. That's
Yeah,
been my long like question throughout life. How do you hold your breath underwater for that long? How do you also
your
like
eyes.
see underwater without goggles?
She didn't. Did she? I don't think she had goggles.
No, she didn't have goggles.
No.
No.
Okay.
No. Either that, maybe she watched a lot of motivational videos from David Goggins. I don't know.
David Goggles? Who?
No, Goggins. He's some kind
I'm
of
joking.
motivational speak. You probably know David Goggins. He's some kind
Is
of
that the guy
motivational
who was
speaker.
like a paraplegic or no?
No, no.
Oh no, there was a motivational speaker that was no quadriplegic, like he didn't have arms or legs, and he's like, well, see, if I can succeed, you can succeed.
Right. Yeah,
That's
well,
not him. That's a different guy.
there's a lot of stories out there of those kind of like people, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was cool to see Tia Carrere have a cameo. Well, not like a bigger, more than just a cameo. She basically is the social worker.
Oh, she was. I didn't even realize that, but yeah, you're
It
right.
was
She
basically
was.
the Cobra Bubbles, but a little bit more laid back than Cobra Bubbles. But she was still a little strict, though.
And then they had Cobra Bubbles, but he was.
Yeah, he was basically a CIA agent, not a social worker.
Yeah, so he was ex-CIA in the original, and then he
Yeah,
was just undercover. So I had
yeah,
heard a couple things about this movie that they were they weren't it was originally supposed to be for Disney Plus. It was going to be like a pilot to a TV series, and
really.
then that Bubbles wasn't in it, and they put him in at the last minute, which would explain why he's barely in the movie.
Right. He
I don't
doesn't
know
have
if
a big
that's true,
role.
but that would make a lot of sense.
Right. And they also have the original David voice actor as Nani's manager because he's
Oh,
voiced by Dave. No, wait. No, Jason Scott Lee, who played Bruce Lee in the '90s Bruce Lee bio, but he's not related to Bruce Lee.
oh, he's not.
No, he's not. No, despite the last name, no, he's not related to
And he's
Bruce
not
Lee.
related to Brandon Lee.
No,
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 Brandon
no.
Lee's related to Bruce Lee, isn't he?
Yes,
Oh,
different
that's right.
story. And
Never mind.
even Brandon Lee was offered to play his dad in the film, but he turned that down. But I don't know why though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and just like in the original, but in the remake, instead of reading her diary, she read her text
Yeah.
messages, which makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Also, one that they also cut out too was the ugly duckling story that Lilo read to Stitch.
Oh, I think I know why. Because they made Stitch too cute. He's not an ugly duckling in this movie. He's the
That's
stuffed
true.
animal.
Stitch has always been cute, even like back from the first
Yeah.
movie.
But he was supposed to be a little bit ugly, but then they kind of I don't know. Yeah, it is weird. I
Yeah.
forgot about that till you just mentioned that. Yeah.
Right. Well, I remember like watching a video from either Watch Mojo or Miss Mojo about differences between original and the remake of Lilo and Stitch.
Well, I think that's their way of making it based on another, because most based on another story. Because most Disney movies are based on like children's stories. So this would be then Lilo and Stitch is the ugly duckling kind of sorta. It's like
Right.
and we're at Lion King is Hamlet. When it's an original story, they have to like find
Right.
the story that it's based off of. It's weird.
Right. What did you think of Pleakley compared to both versions?
I liked Blakely in this one. I thought I wasn't because I read he's mostly a human guy, but he was still very funny.
Right.
Um,
I thought
they
that was
they
interesting that they disguise themselves as human beings, like for when they're on the planet, or well, up. But
well I
it's
like
funny when they.
oh sorry
I'm sorry.
I like
When they
Alien
were
Bleakley better than Alien Bleakley in this because I thought Alien Bleakley looked really creepy. But yeah, go on.
right. Well, it's funny. Like when they were registering at the hotel, they did not know the differences of like all the different states. I thought it was funny. Like I'm joking to myself. Seeing Dad Galvanegis register the hotel making the Hangover. Did Caesar really live here in this palace? Is this the real Caesar's palace? No, I didn't think so.
I mean, that is
But
like
also,
something Bleakley would say in this. No.
right. But as a joke, did Stitch really live in this hotel? Is this the real Stitch hotel? No, I didn't think so. As a parody joke.
Yeah.
I was expecting him to say that. I'm like, nope, different movie.
No.
This is not the Hangover.
I mean, he was passed out.
What's that?
He was passed out for a while. Bleakley.
Oh yeah, right. Oh right, yeah.
Like, he got drunk. No.
Right, yeah.
He didn't. Yeah, what, he got beat up or something?
Well, well, Stitch did not eat his head like he did in the original cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because remember at the restaurant, like they tried to capture Stitch at that moment, and that was the moment that led to Nani being fired.
Right.
But instead, they accidentally set the tiki bar on fire.
Which makes it make Stitch look worse. Because, like,
Right.
It's like, come on, guys.
Right. Right. But then it's like even like Lilo was being naughty when Stitch was being naughty at moments.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. All in all, like Lilo and Stitch is like one of my favorite like Disney movies, and it was also probably I think my last like favorite like Disney movie up to date.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's also, that was like the last successful movie that the Florida studio did. Before
Yeah. But
Uh,
before they converted to 2D animation at the time.
well,
I mean 3D animation.
Well, they just closed the whole because they wanted more creative control, and part of the reason that movie's so good is because they kind of didn't have the executives kind of didn't give that many notes. The animators had a low budget, but they had a lot of freedom on Lilo and Stitch, so they didn't like micromanage it to death like they would on a new Disney movie.
Right. Well, one thing I forgot to mention before, like about Tia Carrere as the voice of the original Nani. Believe it or not, she was originally offered Mulan, but was either rejected or she turned it down. Or
Yeah.
if you look at Nani's background Easter egg, there's a poster of Mulan in her room.
Oh.
When Lilo wakes up Nani the next morning to show that Stitch with the recording and opening his mouth.
That was another movie by the Florida studio. Mulan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. And it's also funny they did pay homage to that in this one, but Nani barely paid attention because she was paying the bills.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they didn't have Mulan in the? Wait, did they have Mulan in this one?
No, I didn't see a I didn't see a
Oh, they
poster.
should have like live action Mulan. They should have done. If they were smart, that would be funny, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
I haven't seen that yet either.
I saw a little bit of it and it looked pretty good.
Yeah, but
It
I
wasn't
don't know.
bad.
I just haven't had the interest to
No.
check out the Mulan remake. Maybe that's a different story.
Well, I know it. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. But anyway, yes. Yeah, and also after like the success of Lilo and Stitch, they did like the show and three direct to videos.
Which those are confusing because did you know that the second direct to video actually takes place before the first one?
True, yeah, that's true, yeah.
So they had Stitch the movie, which is the pilot for the TV series, and then they had Lilo and Stitch 2, Stitch Has a Glitch, which actually takes place before Stitch the movie.
Right, no, true, very true.
And then they had the one, which I almost think they came up with the title first, Leroy and Stitch.
Yeah.
Just the title sounds like a parody.
It does sound like a parody.
Or like the Asylum Pictures version of it.
Yeah. I remember like watching the show like as a kid, like when Stitch like had to like find all of his cousins, and also I didn't see Lilo and Stitch 2 and Leroy and Stitch till later.
I still haven't seen Leroy.
It was basically a conclusion of the TV show,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. I
Yeah.
heard. Yeah, I read that.
Yeah, it was alright. It was nothing special. Like something I watched once and moved on after that. I never gave it a revisit.
I used to watch the show all the time. I
Thing.
remember there were some kids in my middle school that were like really into that show.
Same, no, like me and my friends were into that show.
Yeah. Like
We used to talk about like which experiment we liked a lot,
they
or
were kind of doing a Pokemon thing where it's like all
yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
they all have different powers. Yeah,
yeah. You also said you watched the anime show.
I just watched the one episode
Okay,
with
how was
the
it?
Disneyland. It was I didn't like it was kind of annoying all the because all the voices were annoying. I thought it wasn't that it was all right. Wasn't that
Right.
great?
And now there's rumors about they made another sequel. They would either do the Lilo and Stitch like TV show, like finding his cousins, or
I read something about that, but I don't know if it was a fake art, if it was like a fake news article or not. I just saw something.
they're making fake trailers of putting Angel in the sequel.
Yeah, I saw like a picture of Ruben in the live action art style, and I think it's probably a fan design.
Right.
And that's the weird thing about the anime is it takes place. Apparently, it's supposed to take place after Leroy and Stitch, and it has an adult Lilo. But then they still have it's like why is Hamster Wheel still the villain all these years later? This is like they should have gotten rid of him already.
Right. That is
And
strange.
Angie goes back to working because I think I read something like at the end, Gantu becomes good at the end of Leroy and Stitch, but now he's
Yes,
like
he
working.
does.
Apparently, he became bored and now is working for Hamster Wheel again.
Right. Okay.
And it doesn't. It kind of ruins the other series.
Right. Doesn't make that.
I don't
Make
know,
any
but then I
sense.
read something that because you would think, oh, it's like an alternate timeline where like Lilo's grown up and then Stitch lives with another kid, but then
That
no,
sounds
I'm
like
sorry.
Toy Story.
No, I'm saying it is. No, I thought it was an alternate timeline until I found out that there's an adult Lilo in the series.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
And then there's another. He lives with a kid in Japan called Yuna,
You
and then
know.
there's a different character. Yeah, there's different kids because it takes yeah, it's all like in Japan, but Lilo does show up apparently.
I know there was an episode of the show where like Lilo wished she was like grown up, but the moral of the episode is don't rush it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if they wanted to like bring back the series, that's how they would do it. Like Lilo would be like all grown up at that point,
Yeah.
maybe married with her own kids, and Stitch is still
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's Stitch
Anything else? What's that?
Stitch has kids with Angel. And then it's like Shrek 3, where they have all the baby Stitches and they throw up. No.
I never saw Shrek 3.
It's the worst Shrek movie, but it's just. But there's the
Gotcha.
one scene where he's having a nightmare about having babies because Fiona's pregnant and they throw up on him. And I'm like, oh,
Right.
this is what we've come to. We've come
Interesting.
to bodily fluid jokes, which surprisingly Shrek didn't do, really.
Interesting.
Yeah.
They also. Do you remember the Lilo and Stitch ride at Disney World?
Oh, that's my least favorite attraction.
Really?
Yeah, because it was annoying.
Right.
It was not. Yeah, it was the seats. I don't know. It was boring, and then it was uncomfortable.
Right. I only went in it once, and because before
too.
that they had it was known as the Great Alien Ride, but then they discontinued that ride.
Well, that was
and
they thought that was too scary, but then
pretty much.
they replaced it with a ride that was still scary for little kids, but
Right.
also annoying.
Right. Well, I know now that the Lilo and Stitch attraction is no longer at Disney World.
Oh yeah, they got rid
And
of it.
yeah, but they're still not sure what they're going to make that ride out of or something
No, it's abandoned.
because I remember being a kid going on the original Alien ride. It freaked me out. Like it felt
Yeah,
so
well,
real to me.
it was supposed to be like an Evil Dead type thing where it
Yeah,
was a horror comedy, but the problem is people just saw extra. People don't know how to spell because it said extraterrestrial alien
right,
encounter. People just thought it was like extraterrestrial, like without the
right,
terror in it, and they
right,
didn't realize it was supposed to be scary. And
right,
also, I think it was the wrong park. I don't think Magic Kingdom is a good park to have a horror ride.
right.
I think it
When
should have been like in Hollywood Studios or
a few
yeah,
a
not
few
different
years ago,
Disney park.
a few years ago before COVID, I remember going to Disney World before the height of COVID. We had breakfast with the characters, and Stitch, Lilo, and Stitch were there. And I remember my niece and nephew at the time were just like little babies. They like ran up to Stitch, and Lilo, hugging them.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said,
Yeah,
my nephew loves Stitch. They had a Stitch dance party, I think, or they still do
right. Well,
near
they
where
did. They did.
our factory
Well,
used to be.
while we were having like breakfast with the characters, they were playing the Lilo and Stitch, and Lilo and Stitch were like doing a dance in front of us. It was kind of fun and cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Lilo gave me a hug. Who knows who was behind that mask? I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all
It
good.
could have
It was
been
nice.
Tia Carrera. I don't know.
I wish. Yeah, I
I
wish.
doubt
I know.
it.
not
You
not
don't
even
know
the
that.
act. Not even the original voice actress who played Lilo was behind that mask.
I don't know. Yeah,
No.
she's fallen hard times now. She has to play the same character, but
Right. Actually,
in
believe it or not,
a costume. You know, I
believe it or
mean,
not,
in
the
a
voice
villain costume.
believe it or not, the original voice actor of the original voice actor of Lilo was in the Ring remake.
Yeah. I wait. I thought she was in the American Ring. Oh yeah. Oh, is that
The
what it is?
American, yeah, that's what I mean. The American Ring remake.
Yeah. 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 I knew that.
There's like tons of memes of that. Like, when did you first find out that this was the voice of Lilo in the American Ring remake?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but that was fun and cute to see that. Like, see my niece and nephew like getting excited to see Lilo and Stitch at breakfast with the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, mediocre food, but still fun entertainment though.
I don't even know where that. You don't even know what restaurant that is.
I don't remember
Was
which
it
one
at the
it was.
Polynesian?
Actually, I think it was at some like Disney hotel. I think.
Yeah, the Polynesian Resort. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, some. I don't remember what the
I'm just
name of
guessing
it
is that
was.
stuff, the one that has some Hawaiian stuff in it.
Yeah,
They used
yeah.
to have a luau, but they closed it.
Gotcha,
Um,
gotcha. Anything else you want to touch upon with Lilo and Stitch original or the remake or?
um, I yeah, I don't know. Not
I
really.
guess I guess that wraps it up. Thank you once again, Aaron, for joining this video for Lilo and Stitch.
You're welcome
And say bye, everybody.
for having me. Bye.